I wanted to start by talking about your new song, Movin. I want to know what inspired that for you.
Ooh, I like the way you move. I just wanted to get people moving. Yeah, last year I had an album called Therapy Sessions. It was like a little heavier on the content. It was a heavy year with the pandemic too. So with 2021, I was like, I just want to release more like light feeling songs to begin with. And so moving was just like, let's just lighten it up, get moving and get dancing.
Definitely. I think we needed some more of that during these times as well. And I love the music video, and I noticed you had a lot more choreography than maybe your past kind of stuff. What inspired you to want to try dancing?
I'd been taking dance classes for the last year, or choreography classes or whatever they're called. And so I thought, you know what, I wanted to push myself out of my comfort zone. And so why not dance in a video with dancers to push myself?
Definitely. What was that process like, getting to learn all the steps? Did it take you a while, or did it come kind of flawlessly to you?
It was hard for me because I feel like it's a different part of my brain that I'm used to using learning choreography, especially like hand and arm movements to go with the foot. I feel like I'm like doing this and then, it's just like, oh, using two different sides of your brain that are tricky. So it took me a few months to learn because there are two different choreographies because I made two different videos
Mhm.
for the song, but it was a good challenge and we had a lot of fun doing it.
For sure. And you mentioned that you had two videos and two versions of the song. What like inspired you to make that decision?
The what inspired me, my indecisiveness. I can't make up my mind ever. It takes me forever to decide what I want on the menu or what kind of shirt I need to buy, what shoes I'm going to go out the door with.
Mhm.
And also with the song, the producer, we wrote it with one style in mind, which was the first original Move and Mix. But then he was like, "Hey, what if we release it this way instead?" And then he showed me the Move in After Hours mix. I was like, "Oh, I like both of them. I don't know." So I was like, "Oh, should I do this? Should I do that?" I was like, "Maybe I can have people vote for which one because I can't decide." I was like, I'm just gonna release both of them. So I did.
I love both of them as well. Have you had like a particular fan reaction to one of them over the other, or both of them been getting a lot of love?
And thank you. I I I don't know. I feel like it's been pretty split. So people have had as much of a mixed opinion as I have with them. So
Definitely. And I saw you on TikTok more lately. What made you want to get into doing that and making some videos?
TikTok, oh, I guess just because that's where social media has
Mhm.
shifted towards. It feels a lot more loose. Like you can just be more spontaneous on TikTok, which has been fun. Like things you normally wouldn't do on the other social medias. You can just be like, people are up, they're looking for random, they're looking for something short. So it just feels more off the cuff and like you can have fun on it. So I've enjoyed TikTok.
For sure. Have you had a favorite video that you've created lately?
A favorite video? I've really liked doing Spanish covers. Spanish music is something I've always wanted to do, but I don't know, maybe I haven't had the confidence to release an album. So when people send requests and they send a Spanish song request, I've had a lot of fun learning it and then playing. Um, yeah, I mean, I do some more dumb stuff like car jams or car karaoke or whatever, and things like that too.
That's fun though, because like you said, TikTok's more of a loose platform. People just like to have fun on there. So that's great.
Yeah, doing the dances are fun or doing some of the challenges. I like doing those too. That's why I got TikTok. I first got TikTok so that I could do the get up challenge.
Oh my God.
I was like, gonna do the two step and cowboy boogie. Yes.
That's awesome. I'll have to try some of them one day, but they just seem too complicated for me, but maybe I'll get myself to do one.
Yeah, there's some easier ones you could learn.
For sure. And I saw you collab with some like other creators. Do you have any other like maybe dream collaborations or any favorites that you've done?
A dream collab. I mean, it was pretty fun getting to sing with Scott Hoying recently from Pentatonics.
I love him. He's awesome.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. Uh, Lady Efron was a lot of fun. she's I had a real blast with her too. Yeah.
That's great. And then you have really exciting news coming out with a new children's book on October 12th. What can you tell me about that?
Yeah, the children's book I'm so excited for. It's basically the lyrics of one of the songs I wrote, called My Little Prayer. Prayer is a big part of my life, and so I try to do it every morning and every night. But a lot of times I forget to do it at nighttime because I fall asleep before I can do it. And that's how the song came about, because I fell asleep before I could say my prayer, and in my dream I was praying, but there was music and I was singing my prayer. And then while I was like communing with God in the prayer, he told me to get up and write it down. And I was like, but I'm sleeping. I don't know how to get up from a dream. And he said, if you don't get up now, you're going to forget it in the morning. So I said, okay. So I got up and I wrote it down, and I didn't change anything about it. And I kept it to myself for a while, but then I was like, you know what? I think I was given this not to just keep to myself. I feel like it was given to me to share. And so my manager's like, hey, why don't we turn My Little Prayer into a children's book? And I never said yes faster to anything, I think, ever, because I just love kids. And to show kids that they can have a relationship with their Heavenly Father, I thought would be really cool.
For sure. What was the process like of creating the book? You mentioned it a little bit earlier, but can you elaborate more on what that was like?
Yeah. Well, like I said, my manager had proposed, like, hey, what if, like, you should make this into a children's book, because I love teaching people how to pray. Like, I was a missionary for 2 years for my church, and the number one thing we did was teach people how to pray. Because so many people, even if they believe in God or if they don't, whether they do or not, so many of them have never like said a prayer before in their life. And most people in Chile where I went are Catholics, so they believed in it. They just were scared to talk to God. And so to be able to teach them, like, hey, you can have a personable relationship even with the supreme being and creator, and it could be really impactful in your life. Um, yeah, it was. So that's the goal with the book. We collaborated with this Italian illustrator. Her name's Sarah Ugoletti, and she did a great job with the pictures and telling the story, because I also wanted to teach kids, like, not just have a relationship with God. A lot of times people think it's like a request, like a wish list that you send up to God, like, I want this and this and this, can I have this? But we don't always get what we ask for, and we can get disappointed a lot of times with the results that we get. And that's kind of this book too. Like, you ask for something, but it doesn't turn out the way you wanted it to, but that can be okay. And sometimes it turns out to be even better than what you had originally asked for. Like, God wants to teach you to have a different perspective on something. Um, yeah.
Definitely. That sounds great. And what do you think children are going to love most about the book? Of course, you said you have amazing illustrations. Just overall, what do you think they'll love most?
I think it's great colors and a great little story that, even though it's for kids, I feel like there's a deeper meaning in the story. And I hope that it'll help kids look at the hard things in their life differently. And that even though you can't wish everything away, or that you'll be disappointed about how things turn out, that you can still be happy. And um, yeah, I hope that they can learn that even you can go through hard things and sad things and still um, become a better person from it and still be happy.
For sure. Do you think you'll be going on any kind of tour, like a book or music tour in the future?
I do have just one book signing as of now in my hometown in Utah, in Salt Lake City. And then I'm doing a tour next year. It was supposed to be my tour in 2020, but it got pushed back to 2022. And it's called the OK All Right Tour, which was my first single from 2020. So
That's awesome. I love that song personally. I listen to it a lot. So that's
thank
really
you.
exciting to hear. And lastly, do you have any other upcoming projects you could share with us?
Well, the book comes out next month, but then I also have a song. I have one more song that I'm going to release also next month. It's not related to the book. It's more related to just my journey that I've been on this year. So yeah, I'm excited to get that out.
That's all really exciting. And where can fans stay up to date with you on social media?
TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. all as David Archie with an IE, not a Y. And Facebook, just David Archuleta, and davidarchuleta.com. They can see the tour dates and buy tickets and other things on there as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me. It was a pleasure chatting with you.
Well, thank you.